Hello there, and let me share with you my latest challenges regarding setting up OpenProject behind a reverse proxy when both of them are inside their own Docker containers.
Let's take a look at the documentation of OpenProject, more specifically Docker. And here we will find a quick start where we can just run this command for development mode. It explains in detail each of those parameters. But what we want exactly is this one. All right, so the first thing that I did was convert it to a Docker Compose file because I want to use Docker Compose. I want to have full control of how the container starts and runs. So here it is, the Docker Compose file at the left side and the command at the right side. And we can see how they matched with each other. So we have image here, matching this one here. We have the container name. We have the ports, which are here, and also in here, in the host name. And the secret, I would rather have it in a more secure place, a safer place, which is in the .env file. And this is pointing to the variable op secret in that file. So the host name is matching the host name here, still generic. There's this new variable which is HTTPS false for now. The language is English and the volumes also matching here. So now it's also known that by running this command, the process, the Docker container, will run attached to the terminal, which means that these two are needed for that configuration. But I actually don't want them. I don't want this. I want to, of course, rename the volumes here to specific ones. I, of course, will have a different domain, and let's have a look at that. So here it is, where I already have actually networks also as well. So I need to have a network for the communication with the reverse proxy itself. By the way, the reverse proxy that I'm using is Nginx Proxy Manager. I also set up a default network for the Open project itself because it might be needed to be on the same network, isolated from the others. Here is the domain, which actually I called it project score. As you notice, the ports are not here anymore, and this is still false. The volumes are now different in a different folder. And of course, then the networks are declared here what they are. This is the driver with a bridge, and this reverse proxy default is obviously created externally by the reverse proxy itself. But I'm still not happy with it. I, in fact, have a problem. So here is the final version. If these two environmental variables are not set with the HTTPS protocol, the OpenProject will complain with HTTPS mode setup mismatch. So they need to be set this way. And that's because the reverse proxy is also using HTTPS. Okay, so remember I told you about the ports. Let's go back. The ports that I removed them, I actually removed them. They are not needed here because it's not needed to expose them in production mode. In here, it's not needed to expose them to the host's network. They just need to be available inside these two networks so that the reverse proxy knows. But I actually made a mistake. I was assuming that the port was 8080. Of course not. This is the port that is exposed outside of the container. the 80 port is the port of the service of the container itself of OpenProject. So I spent a lot of time trying to understand why the page was not showing with everything correct. Well, not everything, right? So the port was wrong. I was using 8080. I was using the port from the network of the host instead of the network of the reverse proxy default. So I would not ever see the page being loaded, of course, in the wrong ports. So that's it for now. Take care and see you later.